Right, can you say hello?
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to our day. Hello people, and welcome to day 14 of quarantine. I think so. And I think I said in yesterday's vlog it was day 13, but I didn't really remember, to be honest. So I'll double check and I'll put it in here. I am red because when I woke up I decided to go out and do some more to Gizmo's new home. I didn't do a lot actually, I just pulled one of the fences apart and planed down one panel. But my back is killing and I'm on a medication at the moment, one of my antibiotics. I'm not allowed to sit in the sun for too long, and as you can tell I've probably already been sat in it too long already. This could be a mixture of being like overheated, but it's a very high chance it's because the antibugs react with the sun. But that's okay. I got some vitamin D. But just before I woke up, I wonder if that's that number, babe. It is. Oh, that is perfect. Just about to tell you about that. Some number from Glasgow rang me early this morning and I ignored it. And then they rang again this afternoon, literally within about a couple of hours. Yeah. And I was like, right, I need to answer it because it has been like only a few hours. And ironically, I said to Sophie yesterday, like, have you noticed since we've been in lockdown that we've not had like crap calls and people trying to take money from us? And then today we have this person. And obviously, because my phone rang when I was asleep, I woke up and answered it. And this woman, she explained she was from some electricity company, not the one we pay with. And she was like, I'm working from home and I'm sorry if you hear some screaming in the background. It's my little brother, he's just turned 5. And I was like, okay. And then she was like, you sound really cheery, are you on quarantine? And I was like, yep. And she's obviously talking shit at this point because literally I woke up to answer this call and nobody's cheery when they first wake up. And why would I be cheery for being on quarantine? Doesn't make sense. But she was very cheery and kept asking me these questions. And she was like, are you the bill payer? And straight away I was just like, nope, I am. But nope, not today. And she was like, is anyone there that is the bill payer? And I was like, no. And then she asked what time that they would be back. And I said, 4. And she's like, in an hour's time. And I was like, yeah. And she's like, okay then, bye, I'll ring later. And literally 4 o'clock on the dot, that was them again. Like, that is really persistent. But we had another delivery of food that we got from another company today. It's not like, oh, that's nice and blue. That's really blue. Yeah, it's one that we've ordered ourselves, and it's not necessarily nutritious, but it's a lot of it for a cheap price. It's like bulk buy, and it's just stuff to fill in the gaps in between times. And it's some drinks and things like that to try and keep hydrated and whatever else. So that arrived today. We also had our security camera arrive today. That was fun setting up. I set it up to like detect motion movement and whatnot, and then to alert me. And initially it had this alarm every time somebody moved or every time like the camera was touched or played with, it would set off this horrific alarm. Yeah, and I was just like, oh my god, what the hell is this? But I think I've managed to sort that and take that off. Are you alright there, Albert? Yeah, exactly. So yeah, all that is set up now. Sophie's currently cooking some food, and I'm just going to chill for a little bit. But as you probably just saw then, as I was playing with my hair, I have this dressing on this arm, and I've got this clear, you can kind of see it, dressing on that arm. And my baby girl, you're really heavy on my legs, I'm sorry. And as you guys know, I've got that wound from a cyst on my tummy. These two dressings I've had on my, like, this wound for like a week, if that, and I've become horrifically allergic to it. Literally, it's been red raw. It's like attacking my skin and peeling my skin away. It's itchy as hell. It's awful. So we ordered some other dressings. We've gone and back to some other ones that were a bit, at the time we got these alternatives because we couldn't afford the other ones, but we can afford the other ones now. So we've just ordered them and put another one on. But I said to us, if we need to identify which one of these dressings I'm allergic to. So I've got one on each arm. Currently, neither are reacting. So I said to Sophie, I'm wondering if on their own, in like that, touching that skin area, it's fine. But when you have like the one on top of the other, I think it might just be too overwhelming for my skin. So I'll leave these on for a couple of days to see if I react. And if I don't, then I'll like dress my arm as if I was dressing my tummy wound. And to see if that reacts. But currently we have no idea why all of a sudden it was reacting on my tummy but not on my arms. It's a little bit weird. So it's all a bit of a trial and error at the moment, because obviously I need to try and figure out if I am allergic to any of them, because I'm going to need to write on the documents for my medical notes. Okay, this is kind of cute. All tuckered in. But yeah, other than that, we haven't done much else today. We started watching a new program on Stars Play. What's it called, babe?
Program?
Yeah. I can't think.
I want to say something like chapter 1 or something. But I don't think that's what it's
100 chapters?
Say again?
100 chapters?
No. I think you're mixing the one we're watching now and 100 Humans.
Probably. I'll write it in here what we're watching. We think it's basically similar to American Horror Story.
But different stories.
Yeah, but they aren't obviously the same. And so far it's really good. So yeah, like I said, I'll put it in here. So if you've got Stars Play, which I recommend at the moment because it's like 99p per month for 3 months. So what's that, like $2.97? Yeah, $3.97, something like that. My head's gone. So it's really cheap at the moment. Something different to watch whilst we're all in lockdown. But yeah, Soph read the latest death toll when I woke up, and the last 2 days I was saying to Soph, I was like, please let this be a sign that like we're leveling out the curve. But today, I think this has been the highest day of death from COVID-19 in the UK, and it really is not nice. We had a friend message us yesterday just to check in to see how we're doing, and I said, to be honest, we're scared, and we're getting more scared every day. Sophie and I also remembered last night there's a neighbour on the other end of the cul-de-sac. He's an older gentleman and he's not very well. But we know his son has just moved out and to move in with his now wife, because they did get married. So I've messaged the son and her and asked if there's anything we can do. I know we can't do anything, but the thought's there. And I've turned and said, even if it's just like some milk, if someone's going to get us some milk and your dad's like ran out, let us know and we'll just see if we can get some milk for him as well. Because it's times like this that we've got to look after each other. We've got to look after our neighbours, and we do have a lot of elderly and vulnerable neighbours around us as well. So although we physically might not be able to do anything ourselves, we might be able to get somebody to help as well. So if you've got neighbours like that, please see if you can check in with them, especially if they're frail or on their own, anything. Just find a way to check to make sure they are okay, as well as your family and loved ones. Make sure that they're doing okay each day as well. It's times like these that we've got to look after each other. The governments and the NHS are helping us financially and medically as much as they can, but the community's got to come together and we've got to look after each other. So I'm gonna chill. She's fallen asleep, and we shall catch up with you later. Good evening, guys. So this evening we've not really done a lot more. I've just been doing my stamps and Soph's been reading. But Soph and I spoke earlier, and we're both really worried that once all this virus stuff is over, we're worried about how it's going to affect us. Like I said to Soph that I'm so scared to leave the house. Even when they say it's safe, I'm so scared that I'm still going to get it. And I just know it's going to get worse. I mean, the death toll today in the UK is 381 people. The youngest being a 13-year-old boy who died alone. It's awful. He should not have died alone. He should not have died at all. And the reason why he died alone is because of the restrictions that they've got in the hospitals. But still, they would have known that he was deteriorating. They should have let his family in. 13 years old. And I already get anxiety for leaving the house, and so does Soph. And we know now that that's going to get worse. And we don't know how we're going to cope when it gets to that point where the lockdown is lifted, when the severe risk people are safe to leave, but we're not going to want to leave. And we just don't know how we're going to cope, because at the moment we get help with like meds being delivered to us and food being delivered to us and everything else, and we can get everything delivered to us. But once this lockdown's been lifted, that's all going to stop. Like the priority stuff's going to stop. We can get stuff online obviously, but the medication and things like that is going to stop. And we don't know what to do. It's already causing us anxiety. If you have any suggestions, please let us know in the comments. I know it's too early to say anything for definite, because it's uncertain how this is going to go, how many more people are going to die. I think I saw that 50,000 people around the world have died already. Like, this is not good. And we're just praying that a vaccine can just come sooner rather than later, basically. I know they're working really hard, just like every key worker, NHS worker, like everyone. Everyone's working so hard, and we can't thank you all enough. I know that there's a lot of work being put into building these temporary hospitals in the UK, a lot of work for thousands of ventilators being bought to the NHS, because a lot of the time they've also come up with like a new CPAP machine, which they're hoping is going to prevent a lot of people from being on a ventilator. But this virus is putting a lot of people on a ventilator, and a lot of people are not coming off of them. So for everybody that has been working their asses off to get these ventilators, the new hospitals built, the temporary ones, the people delivering food, people doing medications, the people at Pets at Home and pet stores still working to look after our pets, just like the water people in the country, making sure that we still get water running smoothly to our homes. Like, all of you people are what are making this country still run. And seriously, we can't thank you enough. And we just pray that this is over sooner rather than later, and it doesn't affect people too much with anxieties for leaving. But if you are, you're not alone, and we'll try and figure this out. We'll try and figure out a way to stop our anxieties from overwhelming us. But it is going to get worse. So, if you need some support, I don't know how much we can provide, but we're here for you. Just drop us a comment. I know a lot of the time, for some reason, the comments are being turned off on our videos. I keep turning them back on. Sometimes they then stay on, sometimes they don't. But one of our videos will have comments on, so just pop us a message somewhere and we'll just support you as and when we can. But for now, I'm going to get on with my nebs. So thanks for coming on and stay with us, and we'll see you tomorrow. Good night.